Welcome into WagerTalk TV alongside Tony Mejia and Andy Lang of WagerTalk.com. I'm Megan Payton. NFL Week 15, we're talking Cowboys and Jags. The Dallas Cowboys will be in Jacksonville taking on their third straight AFC South team in a row. Cowboys are a minus 4-point favorite, the total at 47.5. Andy, we'll start with you. This is kind of a weird scheduling quirk that the Cowboys are playing a third AFC South team in a row. The Texans gave them some trouble last week, so I'm wondering maybe that's why we're seeing the line at 4. Last week, Dallas was favored by 18. Cowboys are the team to beat right now, though. If the playoffs were today, Cowboys would have that 5th seed wild card. The Jags are on the outside looking in. What do you have for Cowboys versus Jags?
Well, we hit this prop last week against the Texans. It was a little bit closer than I thought, but I think what you can look at with this Cowboys team is taking Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott to score a touchdown. You'll have to bet them both individually, but when the Cowboys get inside the 10-yard line, they are just running the ball, and they are putting up just a ton of points. Last week was the aberration, but that was a classic look-ahead game and a letdown spot for the Cowboys. So we're looking at Pollard and Zeke. These guys have combined for 15 touchdowns in the last 6 games between the two of them. They're scoring at unbelievable rates. This play is hit in 4 out of those 6 games. So what I've done is you can take 2, 3, 4 units and just separate it and sprinkle it on both of them. I find it hard to believe that neither one of them is going to score. So I think at worst, you're going to hit one of them. And like I said, in 4 out of 6 games, both of them have scored. They are running the ball extremely well. And Dak, when the Cowboys throw for less than 35 times, the Cowboys are just winning over and over and over again. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, they've given up 4 touchdowns on the ground in the last 3 games since coming off their bye. Against the Detroit Lions, they let DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams both score a touchdown. So we've seen a dynamic duo in the backfield score twice on these Jaguars. I'm not sure if they're ready for what's coming in the running game. The Cowboys might be a little bit embarrassed that they couldn't put away the Texans until late, so it wouldn't surprise me if we see a really, really strong performance. But if we're looking to just add a few units to the bankroll, sprinkle it on Pollard and Zeke to both have a touchdown.
All right, I'm hearing this is the trap game, the upset game of the week. Yet, when you look at the stats, I mean, the Cowboys are 3rd in points per game. They're 3rd in points allowed per game. They're the complete team. The Jags are 5-8. Cowboys 10-3. Tony, what do you make of Cowboys Jags?
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys have won 6 of 7. They played down to their level of competition last week, but outside of an OT loss to Green Bay in that stretch, they've been dominant in improving to 10-3. But Jacksonville has been great too. I mean, Trevor Lawrence's numbers since November began. He leads the NFL in completion percentage, 2nd in passer rating, and has thrown for nearly 1,400 yards and 10 touchdowns. And so that continued last week in a victory, and he established a connection with Evan Ingram that we hadn't seen all season. I think this game is headed over. Weather's going to be fine in Jacksonville for Sunday. It's already gone, the total, from 45.5 to 47.5. So I think we'll see points from both teams. The one concern for the Cowboys is obviously they lost tackle Terrence Steele for the season, so we'll see how they respond to that. I also think that you need to keep the Dallas pass rush at bay. So this might be a bounce back spot for Travis Etienne, who you can probably buy low on a prop, rushing and receiving, because he hasn't been very good since returning and getting healthy, but he is healthy now. So the over for me, and an Etienne prop on over rushing and receiving yards.
I might just have to start ETN in fantasy this week. You've convinced me, Tony. 75% of the tickets on Jacksonville for this game. That's Cowboys versus Jags. Kickoff at 1 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Andy. Go check out their stuff on WagerTalk.com. Plenty of bets, plenty of picks, and they have awesome stuff on Twitter. That's at Bump Sports for Andy and at Mejia Dinero for Tony. Thank you, guys. We've got more NFL coming up. Stay with us here at WagerTalk TV.